Hello friends, how are you? This is my fifth video. I would talk about vibration basics in maintenance. Today I would concentrate mainly related to the condition monitoring, what we call predictive maintenance, and specifically to the vibration basics. As earlier I said that vibration technology is very important whenever you want to do any condition monitoring of any assets, whether static and rotating equipment. But what is the practice and how much beneficial it is? As a maintenance engineer, you will get it from it. I will focus on it. So what is the vibration in the maintenance? Whenever any machine is running, I will take the example of suppose pump. So pump is driven by the motor. So there are two machines, motor and pump, coupled by coupling, and every equipment has some RPM, what you call revolution per minute. So equipment, when you are talking about the vibrations, there are two aspects: vibration measurement, monitoring, and then analysis. So another way you can say that you should have some information how the machine is running as far as its vibration is concerned. In industry, mainly in many process industries, whenever you are talking about any equipment, for example pump simple or compressor or anything, we have this machine running with a particular RPM, and every machine, it must be having some vibration level, but those vibrations are simply, you can say, normal. Generally it is expected that all the machine, whatever design, they will not go beyond a particular limit of vibrations. But the first question is how the vibration is measured. Vibration is measured through the sensors, generally known as an accelerometer. But before I would talk about the accelerometer, I would like to emphasize what do you mean by vibration. Every physical quantity, until unless measured, it doesn't have any meaning, and any physical quantity must have the units. In vibrations, there are three physical quantity. The same phenomena of vibration you can measure in three units. You can say three physical quantity. One is acceleration, another is velocity, and third one is the displacement. What you have to measure and what is important for your machine generally depends upon the speed of the machine and the size of the machine and the, you can say, criticality of the machine. But I would say mostly the vibration is measured through the sensors. If it is a continuous online monitoring, then it is a proximeters and displacement is measured. But when most of the casing vibration are measured, they are measured in accelerometer, but we have the vibration displayed in velocity, and the unit of the velocity is mm per second. So many standards, whenever you will see they are talking about how much mm per second vibration, velocity vibration is there. When we say velocity vibration, it means there are actually many amplitudes of different frequencies, vibrations are there. But what we are doing, we are collecting all the, you can say, signals, and they are then this signal is processed through the mathematical, you can say, software, where the mathematical algorithm is related to what you call the fast Fourier transform. I am talking about the casing vibrations mainly. So here in the casing vibration, when you measure generally through the accelerometer and the casing, and it is a portable, what you call it, this measuring instrument, that is generally known as a microlog, or you can say every company, most of the companies like Emerson, SKF, IRD, many companies are there. They are giving you the type of microlog where you can get the signal. And fortunately this software and this program is 30 years old, and this is processed in the instrument itself. And nowadays what you can do is all the, you can say, process signals you can download in your computer. The same thing whatever you have in the microlog you can see in your computer also. So what generally people do that they are taking regular vibration every 15 days or every month or as and when required. So these vibrations are processed through the FFT, fast Fourier transform, where mathematics is there. Then so another important parameter is how you are measuring it, what points you measure and where you will have the effect. So generally what we do when we take equipment, we define in the pumps 2 bearings are there, maybe more bearings, like for example in gearbox maybe more than 4 many bearings. So point is that we are measuring at the bearing location. So suppose in the motor, if it is you can say 50 horsepower and 50 hertz 3000 rpm, the pump is running directly coupled. So you will have 2 bearings on the motor and 2 bearings on the pump. So there are 4 bearings. The important thing is that we have to measure this vibration in each direction. Why? Because each direction gives, you can say, idea what type of problem is there. Because analysis is another part. Vibration measurement, okay, but until unless you analyze and you see what is the cause of the vibration, why it is running machine abnormal, why the vibration is high, there is no point. So you are measuring in each direction, what we call X, Y, Z, or what we call horizontal, vertical and axial. So if you have 4 bearings, you are multiplying 3 in the direction, so there will be 12 points. Apart from generally, if you have sometimes you measure the RPM, for that the equipment is different, what we call a stroboscope, or the method how you going to measure the RPM of the machine. But generally the machines are directly coupled by the motor, and motor frequency in India electricity is 50 hertz or equivalent 3000 rpm. So you are knowing, and that is known as a 1x. X means the main RPM. Why? I will tell you later on why it is important. So once you have taken the vibration from all the bearings, all the points, and then you can display it. When you are displaying it, general report is the overall vibration. Overall vibration means all the vibrations are taken for a particular point, then they are processed. And so you are measuring the vibration overall amplitude, and that is known as a root mean square, RMS. You will know RMS, it is a approximation whatever energy you have, and then you are doing a root mean square, and it is shown as a overall amplitude. But the importance of the vibration analysis is in how do you see the frequency spectrum or time domain spectrum. These are the 2 things by which you can know what may be the causing vibration, what is the severity, and how would like to have this machine analyzed. So what is the frequency spectrum or frequency domain? In x-axis side you have a range of frequency, and on the y-axis side you have an amplitude. So for example, your machine RPM is 3000 RPM. So 3000 RPM means 50 Hertz. So either you can call it its frequency is 50 Hertz, or you can call it its frequency is 3000 RPM, and that is known as a 1x. So whenever you see the frequency spectrum, you will have you can say synchronous multiple frequencies related to the 1x, that is what called 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, or you can have a non-synchronous frequencies also. And you must remember that vibrations and noise are same thing, but because a man has you can say some capacity to you can say listen up to some frequencies, that's why it is known as a noise. Or if any other range higher frequencies are there, that is known as a vibrations. There may be less frequency vibration also, what you call 1x, 2x, 3x and all that. Mostly problem you will find at the lower frequency side, 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x. In the looseness maybe there may be multiples of frequencies. Yes, when there is a problem in the bearing at very earlier stage, or you can say at later stage, it will reflect in the noise as well as in the high frequency. But that is the part of the analysis. I would like to talk about this analysis part later on. What I wanted to emphasize to you that you have to take the vibration in each direction, because when you compare what is the value of the vibration in horizontal direction and vertical direction and axial direction, by this also you can have some idea ki what may be the problem. Problems are generally unbalance, misalignment, looseness, bearing problem, noise, or whether it is a motor, it is a pump, or it is, you can say, coming from the looseness of the bolts, or you can say some crack is there. There are many things. So when you understand and when you practice it, taking the vibration, analyzing the vibration, after some, you can say, practicing it maybe within some months or within a year, you would have some idea how is your machine. And also we are getting support from the literature, from the standards, from the experts and our seniors also, where you can be guided in case of, you can say, want to take any decision, want to conclude. Also there is some cases, there may be some cases where you need to take more vibrations and you want to do analysis and you want to train it, so that you can know how to take the decision whether you want to take out the machine from the process and you want to maintain it, or you want to continue it or train it. So what I would like to conclude here, that vibration technology means monitoring and analysis is very, very important, and this is one of the most important technology of the condition monitoring, and every maintenance engineer should understand what is happening when we are measuring and when we are analyzing, because it will give you a lot of information how is your machine, what is the health of the machine. And there are some standards depending upon the size of the machine, rating of the machine. Another important thing I would like to say, that here the process parameter also cause vibration. For example, cavitation, or you can say recirculation flow, that also will be reflected in the vibration spectrum. So I would like to conclude friends today in this video related to the. Later on I will talk in detail. If you have any queries, any question, any comment, please reflect in comments box, and so that I can understand how beneficial this video was for you to understand the vibration basic. That's all. Thank you very much.